we're moving forward on our Moxi training. Last week we did Moxi websites. We did an in-depth training on how to create like custom pages, how to put your own widgets on your page, how to create a neighborhood page. So pretty in-depth training we did last week. So if you missed it, check out my YouTube channel. As always, I will link it in the chat. And this video will be available by the end of the day on my YouTube channel for you to replay. So if you have to jump off to work or you have to do something, then go ahead and jump off. So to continue in Moxi, we're going to go to Moxi Impress. I just want to call out a little bit before I go into Moxi Impress. I've had a lot of calls recently from agents that really want like generic flyers that we used to have in InTouch. A lot of people trying to do some farming. I will tell you right now, there's not a ton of generic flyers in Impress. There's like one. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking for like generic flyers, a great person to reach out to is your GRA partnership. They do flyers. So get with Michelle and she'll help you create a flyer. And that's a great way to use our partnership, as well as I'm going to show you a couple other places where you can get some generic ones, like on Listing Concierge and Revitalize. There's one on Revitalize if that's something you're interested in. Otherwise, you will have to create like a generic flyer on your own, either through like Xpressdocs, which we'll look at today, or Canva. So one of my previous tool times, we did Canva and we actually did a flyer. So take a look at that if you are interested in doing like a generic flyer and want to build your own. If you still have InTouch, you still have access to the flyers that InTouch offers. So those are still able to be downloaded and printed and, farmed with. But just wanted to kind of call that out as we go through Impress. You're going to see it's pretty listing heavy. So it's really focusing on the listing that you have to help you market that listing and get it sold. So here we go. Let me share my screen. And will somebody let me know that they can see my screen? I can see it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, so again, everything starts on mycbdesk.com, and I just clicked on Moxi Works, which dropped me into my Moxi homepage. So we've gone through Engage, we've gone through my website, and we are working on Impress today. And then the following week, what we will do is present, because I don't think we've gone through a listing presentation yet. And I think that's really important. I do have a couple videos on my YouTube channel, but it's always nice to do it on tool time. So to wrap up Moxi, the following week, we will walk into present. But for today, we're going to go into Impress. Before I did, I should have opened it up before I even shared my screen. But does anyone have any questions about any previous tool times or anything that's come up that they wanted to ask really quick? You can always put it in the chat too, and I'll look at the chat at the end. But I always like to ask if there's anything that's like kind of pressing that I've come up. Okay, cool. So we're going to go into Impress. So this is our, I always like to say it's like Impress the seller, right? So that's how I think of Impress. It's your marketing center for Moxi. And it's going to look a little different than it did in InTouch. So when I click on Impress, it's going to drop me into create a new marketing project. So there is different types of projects that you can create. So there's brochures, e-cards, newsletters, flyers, postcards, social media, video, virtual tools, tours, and websites. So we're going to click through each of these and I'm going to show you kind of how they work. If you've been in here before, then you'll probably have projects. What projects are like folders of items that you've already done. So like, let's just pretend you have a listing. Like we're going to use Wes's listing that he gave me, which is in Navarre. I would name the listing by its like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Main Street and put all of your projects in there just to kind of keep you organized. So when you come back into projects, if you click on the project, a folder, it has all of the things that you did for that listing in here. So it kind of keeps you really organized. So think of it as like your file saver, right? Your digital file saver. So if you have a listing, I would definitely name it that and put all of your project in that same folder. And then like I did one for Jason Pelt when he was here. And so I have a bunch of his in here for training. So just keep that in mind for projects. This little tab right here, designs, this is going to tell you basically your design gallery. So it's going to give you just kind of that homepage I was really on, but it gives me my recents, my favorites, popular and featured. So if I have any recents that I've done, it's going to show me right here, as well as my favorites if I favored any of the like flyers, because you'll see as we go through, a lot of the flyers look really like the same. So you might want to go in there and favorite the one that you like so you can get it to the top. For contacts here, I can actually add my contacts in here and send them out emails through here. I believe what I was told, and this might be something I'm saying wrong, so if I'm misspeaking right now, I apologize and I'll look into it. But what I was told is your contacts should be showing up in here and engage. If they're not, just let me know. But you can see, like, if I had any groups right here, they would be here. I only have these contacts in my Moxi Engage, so mine are pulling through. When we first launched Moxi, we were seeing some discrepancy where our contacts were not showing here in Engage. So if your contact's not showing here, get with me and we'll put a ticket in and we'll figure that out. It looks like mine did. You can see mine came from MoxiWorks. You can create a new contact here. You can add someone in here. So kind of like what we did in Engage where we've came and we added new contacts. I would say a best practice is to always still add them in Engage, in Moxi Engage, and that way they'll funnel through to here. You can import contacts here too. I would be honest, I would be careful with this and I would still stay importing all your contacts into Moxi Engage because they should speak to one another. You can manage your groups here. So I have groups. You can create a group. You can also delete groups and delete selected. So you can do some managing here. You can manage custom fields here. So a custom field, if I create a custom new field, I would just add a new field and text, long text, number, date. So if I had like custom text that I wanted to have on specific things, I could add that here. I don't have any here, but you can. And then of course, get support. It'll take you to the support.moxiworks.com for you to enter a support ticket if you have any questions. Under listings right here, if I had any listings, it would show my listings right here. I can also search for an MLS ID or an address. So I'm going to try Wes's. Let's see if it comes up. He gave it to me before. So if I search the MLS, I'm not connected to the MLS, so it's probably not going to pull through for me. That's okay. We're going to do a workaround, but normally you could just come in here and search for an MLS. If you're like holding an open house for somebody and you were looking for that MLS number, you should be able to search that too. If you have any shared listings, so all the shared listings that I have here are going to be the shared listings of the company, but yours would be a little different. Mine just looks funny because I have too much access. Again, you can also do get support if you have a question, and you can create a new listing. So you could put in your listing here if you're not finding it. So the reason why you would want to create a listing here is like, let's just pretend you don't have it in the MLS right now, even though it's asking for the MLS ID here. Maybe you didn't have it in the MLS, or it's just not coming up for some reason. So for some reason, it is not coming up. You've tried everything. Your listing is not coming up. You'd come in here and you'd manually add it and add all the pictures to be able to work in this program. I've never had this happen, so maybe this would just be if like you were doing a co-list or an open house and you're just not able to find it, or if you're outside of that MLS. So for instance, if you don't have e-car loaded in and you're in Pensacola, right, you might have to come in here and do it manually if you don't have the MLS onto your website. So that's kind of the lay of the land right up here. If you come up to the top right, you can see I have a profile here. This is a little bit of housekeeping. You might want to come in here and make sure all of this is correct. It's not going to let me change any of this. Remember, this is going to be all in your CB desk profile, but it did let me add my LinkedIn here, which is kind of random. Under business info, it should have the company that I'm associated with. If I wanted a logo right here, I could add a logo. Under account, no, thank you. Under account settings, use a short URL when sharing projects, no preference. There's some kind of like questions here. You're going to want to come in here and set this up before you come in here and create. Send email only to recipients who've given consent. So that would mean like you've gotten their consent. Right now we're having that function on as no, because if you have their email, then we're assuming that they gave you consent. So we'll just put no. Share listings with your organization. So you can share your listings with your company. So that would be under that shared listings that I had under listings. Time zone, make sure that you have your time zone correct. So right now it's saying I'm in Los Angeles time. That's not correct. I'm actually not in that. So I would want to come in here and change my time zone. App authorizations. This is kind of cool. So you can actually link these apps to your Moxi Impress. So you can link Facebook. So when you create stuff in here. You can share it to your Facebook, which is super awesome. So you can actually authorize that, as well as Office 365. If you link your Office 365, basically you're just linking the fact that if you add a contact into your Office 365, they're going to funnel in here to your Impress. And you can also link your YouTube. So when you're creating videos on this platform, it'll be easy for you to just upload them and share them to YouTube. You can manage photos here. So like for instance, in my main street and my Jason, I can actually add photos into these little files that I have. And then favorites if I had any favorites. Impersonate, I can impersonate any of you guys here. So if you guys need help with a project and you're working on a project here in Impress and you have a question and you need me to look at something, just know that I can come in here and I can check and pretend to be you. And then again, get support if you have any questions. The other thing that we have is log out. So if you just wanted to log out of Impress and go back to like desk, you can too. So it's kind of the housekeeping of Impress, the lay of the land. Again, you have these tabs up here to move back and forth. So let me go back home and let's create a project. So let's do I think the most popular that I get pretty much asked all the time is flyers, postcards, and like social media. So let's do a flyer first. I'm going to click on flyers. And what it's going to do is it's going to take me to all the flyer templates that are created already. So it's showing me the product. I have 106 flyers that I can kind of look through, and it's showing me new to old. I can click on most popular. It'll show me the most popular flyers that most of the agents are using in Impress, or I could just kind of fumble through new to old. So it looks like this. These ones up here, it's showing me it's global luxury. So again, if you're not global luxury certified or your property doesn't meet global luxury standards, you wouldn't be able to use this global luxury marketing. So just be careful. Make sure what you're looking at here, you're using the correct product and you're not accidentally using global luxury. They did put in this really cool Hurricane Ian support flyer. If you want to come in here and check this out, they're still needing relief and still needing help. So this is something it's still in the works. But so far, I'm only seeing global luxury. So let me go to the next page and see what I see. I'm seeing global luxury still. So again, you're gonna have to go through the 3 pages. I could probably also filter it. It's showing me just global luxury. Maybe I won't be able to flow. Let's see. Cited, contact. Oh, okay, yeah, here we go. So I could actually, under the task, I could do just listed, open house, or price reduced and look at it differently without the global luxury. But let me just keep fumbling through here so you can see. Just so you can kind of see already that there's team one. So you can see that this one has a dual picture. It has either a team right here you can see, or it's got the 2 little individuals where you could do like a co-list. But I'm trying to find ones that are not global luxury. Come on. Come on, baby. Where you at? Keep going. Lots of global luxury. So if you are global luxury certified or you have a listing that meets global luxury, know that you have lots of options. Okay, here we're getting into the regular ones. Okay, so you can see this is the correct one because it just says flyer open house, flyer price reduced, or flyer just listed. Or 2-page flyer, so front and back flyer. Depending on what type of flyer you want, you're going to want to come in here and figure that out. So just for the sake of this training, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come in here and I'm just going to do the open house. We're going to pretend that Wes is doing an open house. You can either view this sample to make it bigger. So if I wanted to view it just to make sure this is the one I wanted, I could do that. So I could add another person. So Wes and I could be doing an open house together on this property. So I'm going to say I like this flyer and I'm going to select this design. So when I select this design, it wants me to name this project. So I'm going to name this project Wes's house. And in the description, I'm just going to put open house flyer for Wes. You're just going to want to label it so that you can come back to it if you need to and you know how to find it. I can type. And then project folder, I'm going to change the project folder. So you can either use this drop down and put it in a project folder you already have, or I can create a new folder. So I'll do a West folder. And I'll hit add folder. So now it's in the Wes folder. So anything I do for Wes's open house, I'm just going to put under his name. So for me, it makes sense to put the agent name because I help you guys, and that way it keeps me organized. For you, it probably makes sense to put the address of the property. So I can search the MLS or address. So let me see, 61. Let's see if this pulls in. 982. So you can see it's not pulling it in on my end because I don't have MLS. So I might have to switch over to show you guys how this pulls in. But if you didn't and you couldn't find it, you can always hit no thanks. I want to put the data in myself. But let me go ahead and change who I am. Let me switch my user real quick, guys. So I'll have MLS so you can see it. I'm switching to Wes. I'm going to be Wes. Let me close out of these. Sorry, I thought I could do it on my end, but it doesn't let me because I'm not a realtor. Okay, so I'm under Wes right now. So if I go to Impress, just like we just were in Impress, thanks Wes for letting me use you, even though I didn't ask you for permission.
I just gave you an MLS number. I didn't give you the right to my life.
I know. I have the right to your life always. Let's just be honest.
Thank you for all you do.
Okay, so I just, under my task, I went to flyers again, and I just did open house because I want to find that open house flyer a little bit faster and get through all these global luxury flyers. Come on, I think it was on like page 7. Here we go, open house. Okay, so back in business. So project name, so Wes, this is going to show up in your Impress. So project name, Navarre, listing, open house, test, full-time, so he knows. And then in the project folder, we're going to put in Wes Payne. Let's see if it lets me do this. 613982. It's still not working. Okay. So we're just going to keep going because technology sucks sometimes. So we're going to pretend that it pulled up and I would just click it. In the perfect world, that would happen if I have MLS access. You saw me, I'm ghosting as Wes Payne, but it ain't working. So I'm going to hit save and continue. And what it will do is it will pull in all the photos here from the MLS, and you can select the photos that you want to use from the MLS. So you can see here, I don't have any photos because it's not pulling from the MLS. So I can just manually add photos from my computer, or I could have project folders. So if I already have the project for Wes and all the photos are already loaded in here, I can just grab them. But let's just upload some from my desktop, something random. That way there's pictures in here and we can just move forward with this. Okay, I'm gonna pick this one, Just gonna pick some random photos in here. Let's just do all the things that I do for you guys. Halloween. Okay, so I'm just putting some random pictures in here. We're gonna pretend these are the house, right? Remember that you are gonna want to like some higher quality photos for this for a flyer. You're not gonna want those like low resolution photos because it's not gonna look very good on a postcard, or I mean on a postcard, on a flyer, or even a postcard. So just make sure you got the high resolution, okay? And then save and continue. And then for the headline, for the property, so view headline right here, we can leave it as open house, or I can change it. So if it wasn't an open house, but I liked the look of that flyer, I could change this like price reduced or new to the market or Navarre listing, right? But I'm going to keep open house. Then it's asking for the open house start date and time. So we'll put, what's today's date? The 28th, November. We're having it today, 28th from 2 to 4 p.m. 2 o'clock p.m. And then it says open house end time. We'll do 4 p.m. Street address, just for the sake of training. Main Street, my go-to. City, we'll put Pensacola. You wouldn't have to fill in any of this because it would all pull from the MLS if you're in the MLS. So we're going to list this house at 200,000. Number of bedrooms, we'll do 3. How we want to label it, do we want to name it beds or bedrooms? However you want to position that language. Full baths, we'll do 2. How do you want to label the full baths? F or full? I'm going to put full. I don't like F. Partial baths, 0. So I'm not going to put anything. Square feet. This would, oh, that's a big house for that price. We'll do 200 or 2000. Listing ID label, basically the listing ID was going to be your MLS number. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then body copy. So this would be like your remarks that you have in the MLS. And normally it will pull this in, but it's not in here. So I'm going to have to write something. So great home, come see today. Obviously, that's not what you're going to put in it. I'm just putting it for the sake of this training to see how it goes. So then it's going to ask you for the sales associate. You're going to have your picture. I don't even know where that picture came from. Back when I actually did sell real estate when I was 5, it looks like. Sales associate title, you would put realtor. Your phone number, so whatever phone number you want people to call you from, make sure you put that phone number here. Phone 2, I don't think you really need it. But if you're going to put it, make sure you put the office. Okay. So then put your office, and then you'd put this one as your cell. If you want to put your license number, you can. We're not required to in the state of Florida. Save and continue. And your flyer is ready to go. So you can either preview it here, and it'll show you. It's going to look really funny with all the random pictures I picked, but I thought it would be kind of fun to look at. So you've got the random pictures right here. It's got my open house language. It tells me when it starts and when it ends, and it's got my main street and all the information that I kind of put in. Again, this would pull from the MLS, and you could just edit it if you want to. Or you can come in here and you can do it just like I did. You could do a custom one if you wanted. I can edit it if I don't like it, if it's not to my liking, or I misspelled something, or I need to change something. I would hit edit. It would take me to a step back. And then there's a couple things I can do with this. I can either publish it to a web, so I can publish it to like a live link to send to people. I can email it to the contacts that I have in Moxi. I can download it as a PDF, so I can send it out or print it, or I can download an image. So 2 things, and this is really, really important, so I hope you guys are listening. A PDF you cannot post on social media. I'll say it again, a PDF you cannot post on social media. So if you're wanting to share this flyer on social media, you're going to have to download it as an image and save it as a JPEG, and it will save as a JPEG. That way you could share it on your Facebook or Instagram or however you want to, LinkedIn, whatever. If you're downloading as a PDF, PDF is best for printing. So if you're wanting to print the flyer and farm with it or put it in the open house, I would suggest printing it with the PDF version, because you're going to get a higher quality flyer. And it's easier to manipulate it to the size that you want for the paper. So again, if you want to put it on social media, you want to download it as an image. If you want to print it, you're going to download it as a PDF. So I'm going to download it as an image just so you can see that it does. It's going to show right here wherever your downloads are. Mine's on the bottom. Some people is up here at the top. But you can see it saved it as a JPEG. That way I can save it and I can put this on social media. I know a lot of the time we used to have, this is actually one pro I would say Moxi has. With InTouch, it would only allow you to download the flyers as a PDF, and you couldn't share them to social media. And that was kind of a pain in the butt. These you can, so that's pretty cool. That's a really great feature that they have. So I would just save that and put that on my social media. Also, if you don't want to print out the office, maybe you don't want to go into the office, I don't know why you wouldn't, you can also print it on Xpressdocs. It's linked to Xpressdocs for you to print. Does anybody have any questions about that before I move on? Take a sip of a drink. No, we're good. Let me look at the teams real quick. The chat. Looking at the chat. Nope, nothing in the chat either. Okay, cool. So let's keep moving then. All right. So what I want to do is I actually want to go back to home, and I want to show you how to create a social media image, because that's important too. So if I click social media, same kind of thing. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to choose the layout. We're seeing all the global luxury first. Let's go to page 10 and see what we see. So we can do a just listed social media generic post. We can do a just listed with a little white background. I will remind you, if you're using Listing Concierge, you also have a ton of social media assets through your Listing Concierge package. So keep that in mind if you're looking for like a way to kind of keep your social media content going. You have a way to do that with the Impress as well as Listing Concierge. You can kind of go in between. So you could like download one from Listing Concierge and post it one day, and then download one from here and post it. So it's different content. Just cool. Let's do new price. I like this new price one. So you can always view the sample. It'll download it as a PDF for you to view. I don't know why it does this, but this is the sample. Basically, it's really pretty. It's got the CB on the right-hand side saying new price. That's the one I want to use. So I'll click select this design. Again, everything that you're doing in here, you are going to want to put the project name. So we'll do Navarre listing again. Wes's property. And then we'll put it in my West Pane folder. And then I could either grab that MLS ID if I want to pull in the pictures, or I can just hit save and continue and I can add my own photo. So let's grab a photo of a home on my computer. Again, important to have those high quality photos so it looks good on social media as well as for print. The only time you want those low resolution photos is when you have, I'm just going to use this one, is when you have the MLS. The MLS takes those low res photos. So save and continue. List price, we're going to put, this is a commercial property, so I'll put $1 million. And then number of beds, I'll just put, it's commercial, so I wouldn't really have bedrooms, but we'll just put 6. Full baths, 4. You get the square feet, the gist of this. Save and continue. So the cool thing about this, remember when I told you that you could actually distribute on your social media? So if I had connected my Facebook, over here in my profile, there would be a Facebook button for me to just kind of go ahead and put it on Facebook. Since I don't have my Facebook connected, then you're not seeing that option here. But if I hit preview, this is what it's going to look like. New price, bloop, bloop. Just simple, easy. Obviously, you're going to want to add some language to that, probably link the listing either to your Moxi website or to the MLS, whichever one you prefer. You're also probably going to write a description about it. When you post it on social media, you're not just going to plop that on your social media. You're going to be strategic, right? We're going to use our hashtags. Make sure you've got all of that going. Again, download PDF would be for printing. If you're wanting to put it on your social media, you want to download the image as a JPEG. And then open it up and save it and take it to Facebook. So there's my commercial listing with the new price, $1 million, ready to go. So that is Impress. Really, one other thing I wanted to show you is that you can actually create, if we go to create new project down here, we can do a newsletter. So if you wanted to add a newsletter, let's click on newsletter. I'll show you what I mean. So the newsletter will allow you to put multiple listings in here as well as a featured listing. So the newsletter, just remember, there's a lot of different newsletters now that we don't have In Touch anymore. There's a newsletter here where you could feature a bunch of properties or listings that you have. Or if you wanted to ask your coworkers if there's like a listing that maybe you could feature in your newsletter that's theirs, you could put that in here. Or you have a newsletter in Prospect Square that we've already talked about, and you can do a newsletter in Moxi Engage. So you have a couple ways to do newsletters. So I just wanted to show you that. You also have, I wanted to show you the postcards because these postcards can get printed through this platform. It just hooks up to Xpressdocs. So let's go find a postcard that I want to send out real quick, and I'll show you what I mean. So you've got coming soon's, new prices. Again, these are very listing heavy, so there's not a lot of like ones that are generic. You could probably put like maybe, well, no, it wouldn't really make sense. Well, you could, I guess. Right here, if we wanted to do this jumbo postcard generic, we could do like 3 individual homes that maybe you've sold in the past and put like Pensacola solds or whatever you want to put. So let's select this design and I'll show you what I mean. So project name, again, let's do postcard. Training. You put it in West Pane, and then you can either search the MLS, but if you're doing a generic postcard like this, I wouldn't search the MLS. I would save and continue, and I would plop in 3 photos of maybe some properties that you've sold in the past, and then just put like solds, Brittany solds, or whatever you want to, however you want to like position that. So let me find 3. Let me see if I can actually find some homes and not pictures of all y'all. All these commercial homes that I help. There's a home. Here we go. We'll use Carol's. Okay. So you're seeing this is actually good. I'm glad I did this. You're seeing quality alert for best results. Please upload a larger or higher quality version of the marked images. So it will tell you if it's low quality, that's not going to look good. So you're going to want to find a different photo to upload. I'm glad it did that because a lot of times you don't even know that you have low resolution photos, but I'm glad it's warning you. Let me find another home. We'll just use this. It's pretty. It's Pensacola too. Okay, so here's my 3 photos I want on my postcard. I'm going to save and continue. So for headline 1, so it's only one headline that I really get. And I only have 20 characters, so I can put sold Pensacola. And then for a highlight, maybe I want to put call me today to get yours sold too. You can see it's telling me the characters that I have. Headline 2 for view 2, whatever I want to put, right? And then body copy. So maybe headline 1 is Pensacola solds. Highlight 1 is this is being redundant, right? You're not going to put this. I'm just doing this to get past it so you can see what the postcard looks like. To get yours sold too. And then maybe I had a tagline, right? Like, call Brittany today for all your real estate needs. I don't know. That's very lame. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then save and continue. Please take a little bit more time on doing that than I just did. Make sure you put your title, or broker associate, whatever you have, and then put your phone number and your type of phone. Put my cell or mobile. And then save and continue. So now I have a postcard, and I have a couple ways to do this postcard. So, couple ways. I can either download the image and print it myself at like Office Depot or at the office. I can download the PDF and print it. I can email it to my contacts, or I can send it to Xpressdocs. This is why I really wanted to show this to you. I can click this and send it to Xpressdocs, and it will allow me to print the postcard, and you can send it out to a radius, or you can send it out to your contacts through Moxi. So depending on what type of a postcard you're wanting to do, if you're farming your area or whatnot, you can actually come in here and you can click it up to Xpressdocs, and they'll send it out for you. You don't have to worry about stamps, addressing them, or anything. The heavy duty work is done for you. You've created a postcard in under 5 minutes and it's ready to go. So I wanted to show you have that ability to print it through Xpressdocs. Does anyone have any questions? Show you what my postcard looks like. This is my preview. So it's saying sold Pensacola, call me today to get yours sold too. And then I had lots of room to write on the back, but I didn't. But the good thing about this is it's keeping you in compliance. It's got our proper logo, and it's also got the proper disclaimer down here. So it's covering you in both of those aspects too. So you can see you can kind of make it a little bit more customizable. So even though if you don't have a current listing right now, but you're trying to market to a specific farm area, you could grab 3 homes that you've sold in the past or photos that you have the rights to and market it that way. Questions before I move on to Xpressdocs? No? Okay, cool. Well, we are rocking and rolling today. All right, so that is Moxi Impress. Again, like I said the other day, or not the other day, geez, my brain again. At the beginning of this training, we will go into Present next week. So if you're looking for listing presentations or just learning more about Moxi Present, that's what next tool time is going to be about. But I want to finish up this tool time with going into Xpressdocs and showing you the other items that you can order from Xpressdocs. They're having a Cyber Monday deal today. They're doing 25% off your order. So if you need business cards or you need a new name tag or you want to you're on the fence and you are thinking about doing postcards, today's the day they're doing 25% off your order. They sent me an email. So if you want that email, I send it to all your SSAs. So they should have that too. But if you need the coupon code, just let me know. I'll send you the coupon code number and you can order today. So give me 1 sec while this loads. we can go into Xpressdocs. Let me close out of Mr. Wes's. Thank you so much, Wes, for allowing me to be you. I'm looking good today, so I appreciate that. So Xpressdocs is obviously found on desk, and mine is taking forever to load. Sometimes that happens, so I apologize. Xpressdocs has a ton of stuff in here. So I've already named a few: business cards, name tags, postcards, brochures, listing concierge, items. So if you've never done a listing concierge package, but you want, one to kind of use in a listing presentation, you can order your own customizable one here. There's holiday postcards, there's generic postcards, there's flyers, there's home buyer guides, there's seller guides, there's a plethora of stuff in Xpressdocs for you guys to come in here and order. It is at a cost, it's at a discounted rate. And the great thing about Xpressdocs is it allows you to like select a radius and send it to a radius around a specific area, which is really nice. That way you don't have to have addresses. So if you don't know the addresses, but you want to farm a specific area, you can, which I love. I think that's a really great feature. Let me find one of our offices. I'll just log in as Niceville. And then you can also upload your own list. So if you have a specific list that you want to upload to Xpressdocs, you can upload it. Or if you don't have a list and you're just trying to farm, you can. They'll do all the heavy work for you. So you don't have to address anything. You have to do anything. So it's going to give you a pop-up that's talking about introducing XD. Remind me later. Okay. So right now they're doing 15% off copay for these just listed or just sold postcards. There's custom templates where you can customize. If you're an RCC, so for like Wes, they have RCC commercial flyers, brochures, and postcards, which they just loaded to Xpressdocs. That's new. If you're Global Luxury certified, there's stationery, business cards, and envelopes if you want to go ahead and come and purchase those. There's listing concierge postcards if you're just wanting to prospect. There's our core 4 stuff for Florida. Your manager has these in your office. There's general marketing. So there's presentation materials, buyer and seller brochures, strategies for success. There's North Star agent promo. We've got print materials, name badges, and customizable material. This is where we order your business cards. So if you want your business cards and you need to order some more, this is where you can go to order them. We've got property postcards, seasonal postcards, and national awards. So if you're an award winner, which is coming around here soon, which is really exciting, we're getting into award season after Christmas. You can actually send a postcard out if you've won an award to show everybody your success. There's North Star flyers. So there's one-sided flyers and two-sided flyers. And you can actually download these. They're like minimalistic cost. Let me show you this. Oh, there's their Cyber Monday coupon right there. So like there's some different types of flyers here, kind of similar to the ones we were just doing in Moxi, but they have immediate downloads that you can print for a minimal cost, or you can print them through Xpressdocs. Let's go back. You have standard brochures, standard square brochures. You've got extra large trifolds. So a lot of you have asked me for trifolds. There's trifolds in here that you can create using a listing or photos or whatever you want to put in here. You can create your own trifolds. Let's actually go into one of these because I want to show you how it works. So if I click on, maybe I want the stationery. Maybe I decided I wanted a letterhead. It will show you the letterhead that we offer with the correct logos. So let me just click on one and then it'll tell you how much it is. So for 500 pieces of paper of stationery, it's $160. And as you go up, it's more, right? So 5,000 would be 900. If we go back to like the postcards, let me go back just a bit. The more postcards that you order, the bigger the discount you have. So let me choose a postcard real quick. I'm just going to choose this one, this extra large. So it'll show you right here if you want to mail them, or if you want them to mail it for you, or if you just want them to ship them to you, you can get them shipped to you and you can send them out. I would highly recommend let them mail them out for you and do all the heavy hitting. But there's a pricing table. So you can see if you order, like the more you order, the discounted rate you get, right? So if you only order 25 to 49, it's 99 cents. If you order more, like you order 30,000 postcards, 68 cents. So the more you order, the better discount that you get. And that's first class mail. Then you have standard mail and shipping. So keep that in mind. I want to go back because I want to show you what else we have here. Let's go back home. So you've got your prospecting and farming. This is a good one. It's farming postcards, more large text business cards, revitalize. So if you want to, really push revitalize, you can order revitalize door hangers, flyers, and postcards. And you can see like, thanks, Florida. We've got our 2021 market share information. We should get the new one here coming soon. You've got generic non-branded ones that you can load. Recruiting from the managers on my call. There's some recruiting materials that are really awesome in here. And then here's that personal marketing one I was telling you about. That's just kind of like really cool. It's got different types of calendars. So a lot of agents have asked me, hey, Brittany, like, can you help me create a calendar? There's calendars already created in here. So like, let's look at these 2023 calendars. You can choose and it has all your information. You can also put a photo of a home or whatever you want to. Maybe there's a team that wants to put their team photo here. They got 2023 calendars that you can send out, which are pretty cool. Depending upon, like, this one's pretty cool, beachy, right? So if we did this one, it's got maybe you go in with another agent, and it'll tell you how much they are. So pricing table for them, 99 cents. So pretty affordable to do it. And then on the back, you can see here's the available back. So you can either choose your goals are my number one priority, or this one where it says your goals are my number one priority, or there's a magnet. Ooh, magnet. That would be cool for a refrigerator. So you have that option as well. And then it'll tell you right here, like for your coating, your glossing is free, but your matte is 15 cents each. Gloss Protect, and then Soft Touch Postal Protect. And then it says you can download the PDF for free. So if you order this one, it'll give you a download for you to share on your social media for free, which is pretty cool. So you order these and you get a free download for a calendar so that you could share on your social media. So really all you would need to do to, like, let's just pretend you decided you wanted to do this, because I know you guys are getting started on hopefully your marketing for next year. You'll hit customize. And then you might not have to do this because you're already logged in, but let me pretend like I'm ordering. It's going to come here for your customization. It's going to show you what your calendar is going to look like right here. If you scroll down, it's going to ask you what your line is. So right here, it has like the office address right here. Website, you'd want to put your website. Content, so back headline, so you can change what it says. So it doesn't need to say your goals are my number one priority. You can customize that to let me help you make your 2023 goals come true or whatever. And then in this description, you have 450 characters to write what you want. And then again, you could put your website on there. And then it'll show you a proof right here. Does anyone have any questions about that? How to go through and order on Xpressdocs? It's one thing that I feel like we don't train on very often is Xpressdocs. We tell you to come here, but I don't think everybody knows how to do the steps. So we wanted to make sure I showed you how to like actually complete an order if you wanted to. You can see there's tons of stuff in here. If you can never find something, one thing that's great is there is a little search bar up here. So if you were looking for like name tags and you couldn't find them, if you searched it, well, of course, I think it's called name badge. There we go. Name badge, then it'll bring you all the name badges. So if you've ever seen anyone's name badge and it has like glitter on it and you're like, I'm so jealous, how do I get that? Here's how you order it. Or for you global luxury certified people, you can come in here and get a global certified luxury name tag. That's a mouthful to say. I like this square one. I think it's really, really pretty. But you also have your listings. So if you have any listings, you can pull in your listings and create marketing material. So here's one for Fort Walton. I can create marketing materials for this listing, and it can show you different things that you could possibly do. There's also online marketing here as well. So there's just lots of things that you can do here in Xpressdocs. And if you ever have any questions about Xpressdocs, feel free to reach out to myself or Connie, or there's a live chat and they're right here and they live chat with you, which is super nice too. And that concludes time. Does anyone have any questions? No? Hopefully y'all got something today. Hi, Amy. I can see you. Hopefully you got something out of tool time today, something that hopefully you can take home and work on. Wes, thank you again for letting me be you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. You say you're going to put the on your YouTube, the tool time from last week on also?
It's already on there.
It is? Okay. You send
Yeah.
the link or?
Yeah, I'll link my YouTube channel in the chat here, and you should be able to grab that.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, and this one will be available for you by end of day. So if you missed any of it, I know you didn't because you stayed the whole time.
I did.
I wish I knew about Cyber Monday
every
because I
word.
just bought business cards.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like, dang it. I went a couple days too early.
That's okay. You can order more if you want, or you can name a glittery name badge.
That's true. Might do that glittery badge.
I think that thing is legit.
Mhm.
All right.
Thank you,
Well,
Brittany. Have a good
yeah,
day.
you
Appreciate
too.
you.
Good to see you.